Okay, let's talk about AI in our schools. I mean, it feels like it went from this sci-fi idea to the number one topic of conversation practically overnight, right? For some, it's a disruptive force. For others, it's this shiny new toy. And for a few, maybe it's a bit of a shadow in the corner. We're going to dive into all of that because this is a debate that is shaping the future of learning as we speak. And really, it all boils down to this one huge question. When we talk about AI in the classroom, are we just talking about a helping hand? A tool to make things a little easier? Or is this something that's going to completely rewrite the rulebook on what it even means to teach and to learn? Well, it turns out this isn't just some friendly chat over coffee. According to the Educator's AI Guide, this debate is creating some real tension, and it's basically splitting the education world into two very different camps. So on one side, you've got the pragmatists. These are the teachers in the trenches looking at AI and just asking, how can this help me right now? They're looking for tools to cut down their workload, to save some time. But on the other side, you have the frustrated. And they see AI as something way bigger, not just a patch on the current system, but the spark that could ignite a full-blown revolution in learning. And this quote right here, it gets to the heart of the pragmatist view. This isn't about thinking small. It's actually a pretty noble response to a real crisis. I mean, when you've got teacher shortages and burnout, using AI to just get some breathing room, that's not just a nice to have. That's a survival strategy. The frustrated, though, they are dreaming way bigger. They're looking at AI and seeing this once-in-a-generation chance to ask those massive questions, like, why do we still do assessments this way? Or is the whole structure of school even working anymore? They're not looking for little tweaks. They're talking about a total teardown and rebuild. But here is the big twist in all of this. The source argues that forcing people to pick a side, pragmatist or frustrated, is a huge mistake. The real path forward isn't choosing one or the other. It's about finding a way to bring them together. And that's the core idea right here. It's not about practicality or vision. It's about practicality and vision. We have to be able to manage the reality of today while, at the same time, we're actively inventing the classroom of tomorrow. Which brings us to this key concept, the frustrated pragmatist. This is the educator who uses AI to get an hour back on a Tuesday afternoon, but also joins the conversation about what school should look like in 2035. It's an approach that honors both of those needs. So think of it like a dual innovation journey. Step one is manage the present. That's using AI to make what we already do a little better, a little more efficient. It's evolutionary. But step two, that's invent the future. That's where AI helps us question everything and come up with something brand new. You absolutely have to do both. So why is this so important right now? Well, because the signals for this kind of integrated approach are coming loud and clear from pretty much everyone involved. Let's start with the students. Get this, 72% of them aren't even trying to hide your AI use. In fact, they're straight up asking for help from their teachers to understand these tools better. They see what's coming and they want a guide. And you know what? Teachers are on the same page. A staggering 93% of them believe that teaching AI literacy could actually make learning more engaging. They see the potential here. And this isn't just an in-school thing. Parents are hopeful too. 62% believe AI could finally deliver on that long-held dream of truly personalized learning. So you've got students, teachers, and parents all pointing in the same direction. Okay, so we get the philosophy, we feel the urgency. But what does this actually look like on a rainy Monday morning? Let's get practical and talk about the new AI tools that are already here, right now, helping us manage the present. These tools are already tackling some of the biggest time sucks for teachers. We're talking about simplifying lesson plans, creating practice quizzes in seconds, taking one article and adapting it for 5 different reading levels, even drafting those important emails to parents. This is the practical, day-to-day work that frees up a teacher's time and energy to dream about that bigger future. And the best part? This isn't some niche tech that you have to spend weeks learning. Big players like Google are building AI right into the tools teachers already know and use every single day, like Google Docs. The goal is to make it feel like a seamless assistant, not just another app to master. But, and this is a really big but, we have to be totally clear-eyed about this. For all of its amazing promise, AI is a double-edged sword. And this is where the frustrated part of our frustrated pragmatist really has to kick in, the part that questions everything and looks at the risks just as closely as the rewards. And this really lays out the stakes. On one hand, the potential upside is incredible. Learning tailored to each student, giving teachers their time back, and teaching kids skills they'll need for the rest of their lives. But the pitfalls are just as serious. We're talking about huge risks to student data, the danger of AI amplifying existing biases, and the fear that it could actually weaken the critical thinking skills we're trying so hard to build. This is the high-stakes balancing act we're in, and getting it right is everything. So, as we wrap this up, let's be crystal clear. The debate over if AI will be a part of education is over. It's here. The real question, the one that we all have a stake in answering, is how. How are we going to steer this incredible technology to build a better, more effective, and maybe even a more human education system for everyone? That's the challenge and the opportunity right in front of us.